how about I plug in the cable? How about that, Speedy? Get it done right. Yes. Yes. It is the Aftermath Show, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Geek Culture Congress. One of your hosts, always, Louis Speedy Jr. Gonzalez, accompanied by Mr. Joey Franchise in the building. How you doing,
What's
sir?
really good? I'm good.
What's
Yo,
really
this
good?
actually sounds like the music that Danny Elfman was composing for the Doctor Strange too.
Yeah.
So, wow, good timing on this.
Yeah, man. This act, you know who made this song for us?
Yeah, I remember you told me.
Yeah, it's Hansel. Hansel the Hitman. Yeah.
Not
He
Hansel from Zoolander.
No. He produced a lot of reggaeton stuff and stuff like that. And I told him, hey man, I need something like something nerdy. And he was like, okay, I think I could do that. And he made me this, and I've been using it ever since Black Panther came out. Yeah, that's what we've been doing. Shout out to Michaela. Michaela, how are you doing? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
All right. Yes, I can hear you just fine. How you doing? Good?
I'm doing well.
You doing well? Great.
I'm ready to get into the show, man.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're here to talk about Mom. Multiverse of Madness.
Oh,
that's an interesting acronym.
For Mom's weekend, yeah.
Interesting acronym for Mother's Day weekend. I think they planned it like that, to be honest with you.
Probably. I mean, everybody's trying to do something nice for their moms, take them out, dinner, movie.
They're like, yeah, we're gonna drop the Multiverse of Madness.
Don't give the moms any ideas to be crazy.
Why not? Craziness is good.
I don't know.
Good.
What would your mom be like in the multiverse?
Oh, I don't know.
Interesting. What would a multiverse version of your mother be like? We saw Christine Palmer was, heavily involved in Baxter activities.
What would my mom be doing in another universe? Yeah, I don't know. Would
she be the same mom, or would she be a sinister mom?
She might be a little sinister, more than.
Yeah, because I feel like my mom is too good on this universe. Maybe she's like,
She's got an evil doppelganger in another universe.
Almost got a third eye out of her forehead in another universe.
Hey, hold up. That's not. I know. I put on the description of the video. We're going spoilers all the way, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't been watching, we are going spoilers all the way today. You haven't been paying attention. Shouts out to Mr. Tarek Lewis, sir. How you doing, sir? I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm excellent.
Good, man.
My man out here looking like Jody from Baby Boy.
I'm chilling, dog. I had to turn that camera like, hey, I'm in here relaxing.
It's all good, guys.
Speedy got on the Puerto Rican Willy Wonka outfit. I like it.
Right here looking like what's his name, Calvin from Grand Theft Auto.
I had to switch it up today. I was gonna wear a nerd shirt, and I was like, I'm gonna wear this button up today. Switch it up, man. Multiverse of Madness, aka Mom.
This trash ass movie. Let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Trash. Oh my God, Tarek.
Everyone saw your review, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, if you did not know, the review is up from Mr. Tarek Lewis. If you haven't seen it, we're gonna go spoiler deep into the show today. Also about the last episode of Moon Knight. Sorry, I'm getting all my Marvel stuff confused. Yeah, he's just messing with you, Sid. Relax, Sid. Relax. Sid is taking you seriously, bro.
Yeah, Sid is my arch.
That means he didn't listen to your review. That's what that means.
He's my arch nemesis. I'm Darkwing. I'm Darkwing. He's Negaduck.
Wow.
You take that how you want it.
Wow, that's crazy.
You don't ever agree with me.
So let's get into it, man. You want to talk about your review first before we get deep into spoiler territory, Tarek?
No, let's go deep into spoilers.
Yeah, let's go deep into spoilers. I just like how.
Should we start Moon Knight first?
You want to talk about Moon Knight first? I guess it doesn't matter.
Let's get Moon Knight out of the way.
All right, let's talk about Moon Knight.
That was really actually kind of trash.
Yeah, that's kind of like like a anti-climatic ending. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very mid.
Yeah, definitely mid. Definitely. Now that we have the full Moon Knight show ingested already, what would you say ranks among the Disney Plus Marvel shows right now?
I think it's third.
Third,
Yeah,
definitely.
I would say third too.
Yeah. What about you,
Which
Terry?
one is it better than?
What's better than?
It's better than Falcon Winter Soldier.
Definitely better.
Damn, what was the other one?
Loki and WandaVision.
And What If? I think I'm not really huge on the cartoon stuff that they were doing. I mean, I watched What If, but I don't really rank it higher than. I have What If at the bottom. Falcon Winter Soldier, Moon Knight, WandaVision, and Loki. Or Loki and WandaVision, 1A and 1B.
Okay.
They were both really good.
I agree with a lot of everyone's take on that. So
I think this is the weakest Disney series.
Dang, like that bottom.
Yeah, if you don't count What If, you can. There's an argument for putting this above What If, but it's not a strong argument. Like nothing happened. We just got to see Oscar Isaac be a good actor.
Wow.
Okay, so you definitely you liked Oscar Isaac's performance in the show.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, but you did not care for the whole plot and the thesis behind the show and everything.
The plot and the pacing of the show was not great.
Okay.
Two really good episodes.
Yeah.
I felt
the first one. I liked the first one a lot.
And that ending, I like the first one, and I like the one where they're really delving into Steven and their background. The final episode wasn't awful. It was decent.
Yeah.
I liked the redemption, but none of it was dope.
Do you think let's get into the actual episode. I mean, we finally got into the action, what was happening behind the scenes while he was dead.
Yeah.
So we did we? I guess the girlfriend. I forgot what's her name now because I completely forgot now. The character name.
Layla,
yeah. So Layla is the Scarlet Scarab or something like that, or what was it called again? Yeah. She didn't call herself that or they didn't call her that in the show. Did we? Were just assuming that that's what the superhero she is.
Right. Well, that's what they call it. I mean, Scarlet Scarab was in the comics, but I mean, it was a man, so like Layla's character. And they made her character specifically for the team, and they combined it with some elements. Like her dad was like kind of like the big reveal. Because her dad was in the comics, and he was the one that died in the tomb with Mark Spector. So they created her character arc based off the TV show with some elements from the comics, and she's a Scarlet Scarab.
Yeah. I mean, it was okay. It was unexpected. I thought it was all right, that part. What I didn't care for was the real whole plot landing of the movie. Kind of looks like we had the final big bad fight, right? And
if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
And I would rather
kind of like a big bad fight happening with a little Godzilla skew fight. Let me ask you guys a question. Did the normal humans around saw these two giant gods fighting, or that was only? Yeah, I don't think so, right?
I don't think so
because we saw. I mean, you gotta understand, like, this is the power that that we kind of saw earlier with Arthur Harrow when he unleashed the jackals on Mark Spector or Steven in the museum. Because nobody can see what these people are, only they can see it.
Right.
Because they're the ones that are like possessed by these guys. Yeah,
I think I at a point Khonshu got the business. He got worked up. He was getting dragged there at the end. The alligator tore him up, man.
Yeah, at the end he's a bird. He's got run through. Cocoa Puffs bird, like he's Sonny from Cocoa Puffs. He wasn't like a powerful guy.
He got the business, bro.
That gator definitely from Florida.
Yeah.
That's definitely a Floridian gator. Or crocodile, excuse me.
Yeah,
that gator had won 2
crocodile,
consecutive Heismans. That was a Tim Tebow gator. That wasn't a normal alligator.
Yeah. Gosh, I think I'm missing. I don't know if there's anything else I really want to talk about the episode. I mean, it kind of ended, and he gave away. We finally got the third personality, right? Yeah, the end credits. We finally got the third personality at the end, which I thought it was. Oh, and
we should have got that.
But I do.
We should have got that in a separate episode.
Right. No, go ahead, Michaela.
No, what I was gonna say is that I really disliked the final episode. It worked up to that, and I wasn't very pleased with it. But I'm not gonna say it's a trash show because I still think the rest of it was very good. I still think it was very well written. I just think that the finale just got cut not very well, and I feel like I wish they had one more episode that they could split it up into 2. But I still think I think it is a good show compared to other things that are on streaming right now.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
You like when they were on the quest store and Homeboy turned into a sand monster or a sand statue?
I mean, I think it's fine. I mean, it's what it was, and it's not something that. I mean, the ending is not something that I would want it to be. But I mean, at the same time, I think either people are very harsh on Marvel because it's Marvel, or they're really easy on it because it's Marvel.
Yeah.
One of the two.
So we'll get to this when we.
Fans.
Yeah, when we get to this, when we talk more about Doctor Strange, I think what's happening to me as a fan, what's happening with Marvel, is what I was feared when they combined with Disney, is that everything was going to be about the next thing and stringing fans on. And I think that's happening. I think this whole season of Moon Knight was.
Do you think that's a Disney thing, or do you think that that's a generational thing, or like an era thing? Because it's not just Disney that's doing this.
Well, who else is doing it?
DC was doing it for the longest time.
Yeah, and they've been awful.
I'm not saying it was good. I'm not defending it, but what I'm saying is I think it's an audience thing versus a studio thing, or different studios that are like thinking this is what the audience wants.
Right. And I think we're on the same page here. What I'm saying is I think Disney is so concerned about the future properties and the money that they're not worried about story. And they're like, well, let's just give them some of this and let's give them something else for the future. And I think that's what DC has messed up, trying to rush stuff. And I think what Marvel is doing is trying to slow it down so they don't burn through. So it leaves you excited to see this third personality from Moon Knight.
Right.
But it didn't give us enough excitement to care. So I don't know when Moon Knight season 2 comes out if I'm going to care. I'll care because I want to see Oscar Isaac. Oh, you don't think there's going to be another season?
No.
I think
in my personal opinion, I think there's going to be another series that Moon Knight's going to show up in, but I don't think it's going to be Moon Knight. That's my opinion. I don't know.
Well, he is going to pull up in Werewolf by Night. They're doing a Halloween special on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I think maybe that's going to be the pseudo Moon Knight season 2 there. What do you guys think about that?
I think, well, real quick to kind of touch on like how it was a very mid ending. Yeah. I feel like they could have explained Jake Lockley a little bit better in maybe an extra episode. It should have probably been like 7 or 8 episodes. Yeah. In my opinion, I thought the Jake Lockley thing at the end was kind of. I mean, we already knew that was going to happen, or it was already hinted that was going to happen.
Right.
They should have at least showed it, and I think they should have did an episode where Jake Lockley was being Jake Lockley, and those scenes that were just cut out. Because I feel like there was a part in that big fight.
That big fight that we just lost it because we weren't they did it again. Jake Lockley took over and they didn't show us nothing.
In porn, they call this the money shot. So that was snatched away from us. in the middle of it was intense. You got two kaijus of gods fighting each other.
Yeah.
And then you got these guys going at it hand-to-hand combat. Scarlet Scarab's kicking ass too. Like, it was a dope. I thought this was like, all right, this is gonna be the final climactic like episode. This is gonna be no holds barred. And then it just got snatched away from us.
I did like the two personalities with the two different costumes going back and forth and fighting differently. I did like that.
That was cool.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
What about the battle? There was a battle with the avatars or the hosts of the other gods that like they got murked like off screen. Like they didn't show us nothing. It was like in the beginning of the episode when Hera walks in.
When he kills all the other gods.
Yeah, all the other guys. Yeah, the avatars.
The avatars.
Yeah, like we didn't get no battle there. It was just like off screen murder and dead bodies.
This would have been a perfect time for an Eternals cameo or something.
Yeah, or something. Yeah.
Even a Thor. I think there was so much lore to like the gods, and obviously you got Gore the God Butcher pulling up in Thor's next movie in July.
Right,
yeah, that's like in a few weeks. It's actually in like almost like a month and a half. Yeah, I mean, legit. I almost lost my train of thought. You got Gore the God Butcher coming through for Thor, which could have, gave a little lore to what's going on in Moon Knight concerning that you're dealing with gods, and I don't know. It should have been tied to something. It should at least. And we got a little bit of.
I kind of like that it wasn't, that part.
We did get the Black Panther stuff though. With the astral plane.
Right.
Listen, I didn't think it was bad. It's just Marvel has raised their product level to a certain point, and it's lower than their normal product level. So, if this was a DC show, I'd be like, "Oh, success, success! DC, you finally did something decent." But this is a Marvel show, and to me, it's not better. It's not better than Winter Soldier and Falcon, even though that dragged on forever. It felt like it's not better than WandaVision. It's not better than Loki or Hawkeye.
No, definitely not.
So I think it's at the bottom of that list.
I think it edged out Falcon and Winter Soldier a little bit. I just don't think they stuck the landing in the last episode. It was just like, eh.
Well, Speedy, you don't like to see interracial relationships.
No, it's not true.
That's all.
That's not true.
You don't like to see black men with shields.
I do, actually.
We had a conversation about that. You're like, black people with shields, it just throws me off.
No, stop. That's not true.
I know how you were raised, Speedy.
Should have been. It's got 1 star. Should have been Captain Puerto Rico.
Yeah, it should have been right. No, it did. Captain America and Winter Soldier dragged. It did drag. But I still ultimately liked it better than this one. And I won't call this one trash. It just wasn't. It's Oscar Isaac. Like, I think Oscar Isaac has a problem because he's such a good actor. And when you throw him in acting films, we expect that good actor. And I don't think sometimes the writing is up to his acting ability. And this one, his acting ability was fine. It was very much shown with dual personalities, or I guess triple personalities, but the action didn't add up. So
I like it.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, let's talk about Doctor Strange. Ladies and gentlemen, Doctor Strange spoilers coming up right now. So if you haven't watched the movie, this is your warning. There we go.
Dr. Mid. I call it Dr. Mid.
Dr. Mid.
Wow. Instead of Doctor Strange, be Doctor Slightly Awkward.
There you go. How do you like the movie so far? The after you watched the movie, Joey, how'd you like it?
I thought it was solid. I think I put it in like my top 10. I don't know where in the top 10, but I know it's going to be at the bottom half of the top 10.
Okay.
For MCU movies. I think what was cool about it was the fact that we got to see all the cool cameos.
Yeah.
The John Krasinski thing, I probably went just as nuts as everybody else did in the movie theater when I saw that. seeing Black Bolt on screen, and they brought back the old character from the Inhumans, Professor X. Obviously, what more could we ask for? It was a lot of fan service and a lot of sweaties. I know that were that got a quarter chub watching all that stuff happen. But I think that that stuff was kind of overshadowing everything else about the movie. I think everybody was more hyped about, oh my God, what am I going to see? It's a multiverse. Who's going to pop in? And then you just kind of get lost in the story. I think the pacing, it is very fast paced. I did like that. It was cool. I feel like I needed to get more out of America Chavez's character, and I thought she was great. Like she was great in the flick. I thought the actress who played her was awesome. I just needed more backstory. I think it was just kind of a quick, I was with my parents in the garden and I opened the portal because I got scared of a bee and they just disappeared. All right, cool. I thought Wanda was fantastic. I think it was more of a WandaVision Part 2 than it was Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I thought, I think it was Oscar-worthy material of Elizabeth Olsen. You know what I mean? I thought she put on a hell of a job. Balancing all that emotion. That Wanda had, trying to find her kids, and being the cause of all this, and being like the real villain of the movie. And it was nuts. And that scene where she's just murking everybody, that was intense. But overall, I thought the movie was solid. I thought it was cool. I thought it was a cool continuation of what we saw in No Way Home and WandaVision.
Okay, fair enough. Michaela, let us know how you feel about the whole Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, aka Mom.
I enjoyed it. I watched it twice already.
Yeah, twice. Dang.
I watched it twice already. I watched it Thursday and then I watched it last night to give myself some time. I liked it less so the second time. Just because then you're like, you already know what's coming. And it's not as like, the hype wasn't there. You're like, who's going to show up? But I was able to enjoy being able to see America Chavez. And I thought bringing her in this way, I thought it was very well done.
Yeah.
Where it's not like, you're dealing with a lot of characters here. And that's what Marvel is known for. Just a lot of characters in a single movie, especially after Avengers.
Right.
But I think they did it. I think they did a good job with it, and it's different pacing and a different style than what we've seen in an MCU film, and that's what I really was excited about with Sam Raimi coming into this project, because it did have suspense in it, although it wasn't like scary and sometimes a little bit corny at places, but it still was different than what all of the other freaking superhero films we've seen come out of Disney and Marvel.
Okay.
And I'm a huge fan of Wanda and Scarlet Witch. So being able to see her as a villain was amazing. Did I think that they should have kept her as a villain through all of it and not have a resolution? Yeah. I wish that she kept being the big bad. She could still be at the end of this, leading on to any other future films, but the fact that she had a resolution at the end kind of pissed me off a little bit.
Right.
I was like, really? That's how she changed her mind?
Yeah.
But
that was the only thing I didn't like, was she changed her mind.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
That she changed her mind all of a sudden. But I mean,
so swiftly.
That's where other Marvel films, if you go back and you see other Marvel films, you're like, oh yeah, sometimes either villains die or they change their mind or their resolution happens within the film. And then there is still a big bad out there. But I don't know. I really enjoyed it. And I think that it gave me exactly what I was looking for in the film leading up to it. So that's how I was pleased with it. And I think I'm with Joey. I think it might be in my top 10. I'm going to watch it again and before it leaves the theaters, just another gain, some knowledge in it, see all the Easter eggs and being able to dissect some things. But all in all, I think that it was a good film for the MCU.
Okay. I know, Tarek, you got some spoiler thoughts about Doctor Strange and Mom. Oh wait,
Oh,
I got you. I
Disney
lost
muted
your
him.
audio. I lost your audio, Mr. Tarek Lewis. See,
Yeah, I turned my mic off.
Oh, there you go.
I
Okay, cool.
heard some popping. Yeah, I think I don't know if it was Michaela or Joey who said it. The cameos overshadowed the entire film.
You think so?
Those were bigger than the entire film. Those scenes were more important to me than anything else that happened in the movie. Like, and that was to me Wanda's biggest expression of her power, taking out Black Bolt and Captain Carter and that version of Captain Marvel, and that was bigger than anything. I think they again wasted the character of Mordo. They wasted that character because they didn't use the one from our universe, and he kind of like, oh yeah, he wanted to kill me in our universe, but we've never seen that in the film. Like, he said that, but we've never seen that in a Doctor Strange film in our universe, where he's the villain and he wants to kill Doctor Strange. They just kind of assumed we knew that. I thought that was
We
whack.
did see it in an end credit scene of Doctor Strange that he wanted to go after Doctor Strange.
Yeah, he took the powers from the guy who made himself walk, from Benjamin Pratt.
The books. He took the books. Right.
He took at the end of Doctor Strange. He took the abilities of one of the guys who learned how to heal himself. Played by Benjamin Pratt, and he said
the guy that told Strange where to find
Carmitage.
Yeah. He said too many wizards, and we've never seen that developed, and it's been, I don't know, 6 years since we've seen that developed, and then he just said it like we assumed that it happened, and I was like, that's whack. I think that
well, Doctor Strange did snap for 5 years, so he's probably been out trying to, murder all. He's probably got wind that he's, killing off all these sorcerers.
Yeah, he's probably mad that he gave Thanos a time stone. We just haven't seen it, and it was just kind of something they just said, as if we should know it happened. I think that I agree. I think that Elizabeth Olsen is Wanda, Scarlet Witch, and I think Doctor Strange. I think Benedict Cumberbatch is Doctor Strange. I think those performances were good. I think those performances were great. I think Elizabeth Olsen really got the levels of how obsessed she was with getting these kids back.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the Scarlet Witch thing was whack, though. I thought it was the final episode of the Scarlet Witch. It wasn't a Doctor Strange. I thought when Wong is like, it's the Scarlet Witch. We've always been worried about this, and I thought that was whack. I thought that they missed an opportunity to show us Wiccan and Speed and her kids. Like, there's the moment where she's like with the kids. They missed an opportunity to show us Wiccan and Speed. I would have been so hyped seeing that. They missed that opportunity.
And who did she have the kids with in that other universe?
It was made through magic as well.
Probably Wonder Man.
I don't know.
They had to have been made through magic.
Wonder Man's her other boyfriend in the comic books.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the
well, they had said some things in the film in the beginning that Doctor Strange had made a comment that they were made through magic and not real. And Wanda even said, "Don't all moms like their kids do magic?" type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did say that.
And then they had made another comment. I don't remember what it is, but I did hear it last night and was like, "Oh, that's another nod towards them not being real."
Yeah.
Even in the other universes.
Possibly.
But then it makes me say, okay, why didn't she just make him again?
I mean, if she can change reality, she can take away Black Bolt's mouth.
That was crazy. That was very dark.
Yeah.
You can make some babies.
So I got some hot takes and I got some questions for everybody.
Well, I'm not finished. Go
ahead. Stay focused.
I don't think it was bad. I just don't think it went anywhere. I don't think it got us anywhere with the characters. You killed off, to me.
Oh no.
You killed off Wanda. If you killed her off, and she was the most intriguing character to me. After all the Avengers are gone, she's the most intriguing. Doctor Strange is still intriguing with the third eye, but I don't know who the hell was that Charlize Theron character. I know we talked and said that she's...
Yeah, we had no introduction to that. It was just like some random woman that came out.
that didn't. I talked to a friend of mine, and he thought I'm Multiverse Pride. And he's like, the end credits don't excite me anymore. And I'm like, that. There, I agree. Like the end credits don't excite me. Like it didn't get me thrilled for the next movie, and it was just okay. It was a B. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. This is not a Thor: The Dark World movie. It's better than that.
No, definitely.
But it's only slightly better than Black Widow.
Slightly better than Black Widow.
Slightly better than Black Widow.
Dang.
So here's the thing: the key word in this movie was incursion.
Yes.
They probably said that word like 1,000 times throughout.
That's a big thing in the Secret Wars comic book. The incursions to destroy universes. Yeah. That's
huge
a big thing.
Easter egg for Secret Wars, and Clea popping up at the end was like the cake, the icing on top of everything that's about to happen. Because Clea in the comics, not only I think Michaela mentioned that like she's his wife in the comics, but also that's like the niece of Dormammu. So they're going back to the dark dimension. Like some other shit is unfolding there.
But now that you say that, and that goes to we get into my hot takes and we know this because we are sweaties and know that that's the niece of Dormammu because some people have read comic books or done research, stuff like that. But as the casual moviegoer, was like, well, who's this random woman that just showed up at the end of this movie?
So that should be a cliffhanger enough to want to watch the second one. You don't need to know the characters. You can just say, "Oh my god, who is that?"
It's not that I don't. It wasn't a turnoff for me at all. Thinking if I would think myself as that kind of viewer, but
I don't give a shit. I didn't know who it was, and I didn't give a shit.
There you go.
I want to know about this third eye. I want to know.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. About third eye.
Are you going to become evil Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
I don't care about and it was like another we gotta reunite the universes. I don't care about that. I feel like we did it. We did that with Spider-Man, and we've done it with this film. Right. Now I'm worried that Doctor Strange has his third eye, and they go immediately back into these other universes. And I can only think that's to introduce other things. And that's my issue with one of my issues with the film. I don't give a shit. Like, I'm interested in Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. I was interested in Wanda. I'm not disappointed in Wanda's ending, but I was interested in that. And I don't want to go into another thing of multiple. It's the third time, and we're going to get Quantum Mania, which I assume is going to be multiple universes.
Yeah.
Like, how many times
everything's going to be multiple. Everything.
Like, it's like you're doing Days of the Future Past Part 6. Like, stop. At some point, let's just get your character. We loved Iron Man because we saw Iron Man's character develop. We keep seeing Thor develop. We keep seeing Captain America develop. We see Black Widow develop, Hawkeye develop. And they're not developing him. They're just putting him in different universes in a kind of way.
Well,
Tarek, I feel like you could never be pleased, man.
I think
I like Eternals. Y'all hated Eternals.
All right.
You didn't see any multiverse in Moon Knight, and yet that wasn't so good. I'm so.
It wasn't good. Moon Knight wasn't that great.
I'm so confused.
Listen, even Nick Duck agrees with me. He put the thumbs down.
Wow.
I don't know. At first I was like weary about the multiverse, but now I'm like, you know what? I'm on the opposite end. I'm kind of sick of the whole like basic story, like Ant-Man. It's like, I love Ant-Man, don't get me wrong, but it's like, oh, he was he was in prison, and then he became Ant-Man, and he's just trying to be better for his family and whatever. I'm like, I'm done with that. I want the space stuff. I want to fight in the aliens. I want to go into the multiverse. I want to see bigger things.
Right.
Not some.
She doesn't want to see street level
characters.
It's why I was more excited. It's why I was more excited about Thor and Guardians. I'm more excited about Thor and Guardians of the Galaxy. I like that they're taking it out into space. Yeah. I don't know what the Marvels is going to be about, but I want to see what Captain Marvel was doing when she said in Endgame, hey, you guys aren't the only one to experience this. I now want to see what she was doing.
Yeah,
I want to see that. I don't want to see I don't need to see the multiverse unless you're going to bring me X-Men and Fantastic Four. And they gave us.
I feel like that's a big reason why they're doing it, though, because not only are they saying, okay, the multiverse is open, but we're now seeing a version of Reed Richards. And most likely that is going to be the same as in like John Krasinski is going to be Reed Richards in our universe too.
Do you think
Maybe.
that Patrick Stewart is going to be Professor X in our universe?
No, but no. I think
not necessarily.
I think if they need him, like from a different universe, like they've opened the door with this movie to kind of, okay, if Wolverine pops in, multiverse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just their way of just like bringing
explaining
all these
stuff and having fun, I guess.
Deadpool.
Yeah, I think that's corny. I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna put it out here right now. And Joey, I know you're doing well. You should be Professor X. You should be Professor X in this next universe, like a cool, clean professor, like a Professor X with Jordans and a Lakers jersey. Like we haven't seen that. It would make so much sense. It makes so much sense.
Your sneakers will never get dirty because you're in the chair all the time. How amazing!
Your yellow chair, yeah, with the Nike swoosh.
Yeah, just float around over the place.
Different artists let things on there. Like you have a Moneybag Yo bumper sticker on your wheelchair.
So my
Can
hot
I
takes
mention
are
one more thing? Oh, I was gonna
ahead.
say maybe probably more than one thing, but I was gonna say you said that Wiccan and Speed, like it was a missed opportunity. I thought about that too, but I would have rather wanted to see Vision. I'm like, where the heck is Vision?
Vision don't care,
Vision
bro.
got all of his memories back.
Yeah, but he don't have no emotion back. No emotions back.
That.
He still has his memories back though.
I think they're saving that for a show. They're saving that.
It happened in WandaVision. White Vision.
Yeah. He doesn't have the same emotions back, so that's why he doesn't care.
Yo,
we don't know if he doesn't care though.
She was OP in this movie though. Like Wanda was.
Yeah, she was vicious.
I did enjoy the fight with her and Captain Marvel. I enjoyed that fight, that version of Captain Marvel.
That was good.
That was dope. Again,
that's Rambo.
The Illuminati appearance, like that was dope. I think Strange fighting Strange was dope. I just don't think it should have all been. Maybe it shouldn't have all been in one film.
So, my hot takes are this: WandaVision was a villain origin story. Yes or no?
No.
I think it's just a story. I think she's just a real person.
No, I mean we don't get this version of Wanda without WandaVision, of course. And she's the antagonist.
She's already a villain. She's already had her arc. She was a villain to start and became decent after the death of her brother and became a villain again.
Yeah.
And was redeemed in the end. And now she's a villain again. So it's not, she started off as a villain.
That's true.
It's not, they've explored that arc. And it still could have been an interesting arc, but it was an interesting arc. But I don't think it's an origin story.
I think they did well with that. I think it was great pushing the narrative of Doctor Strange. I think it was hard. I could see how they would have it could have been a disaster by putting a bunch of cameos and a bunch of unnecessary stuff in the movie to take away from actually being a Doctor Strange movie. And I'm glad but it still was about Doctor Strange though. I mean, it was about him and Wanda too, to an extent, but I'm glad they just did the little bit of crossover that they did there with the Illuminati, and it came and went, kind of. You know what I mean? It was cool. Okay, that's cool, but it didn't take over the movie. I don't think, to me, at least. I definitely agree with you. The Baron Mordo, they did not utilize that from the first movie at all. It was kind of like, let's just throw an alternate version of him and have fun with it. It's like, no, man, there was the stuff that they built, from that first Doctor Strange that they could have used, but,
By
I guess
the way,
whatever.
Speedy, I think it was either you or Joey, you said that maybe that's not our version of Mordo.
Yeah.
I forgot which one of you said it. One of you said it. It's one of these rare times.
I think I did.
Might have been right.
I think Joey did.
Joey did. Okay.
I think Joey did.
Yeah, you weren't right then. Okay. Yeah, Joey said.
So I was kind of disappointed about that, but I mean, I liked it was kind of like Moon Knight in a way. Like he's more, he's meeting or learning about all these different variants. He's like, oh, this one tried to kill you, or was gonna take your power and kill you, and this one messed up the whole. This one with the Illuminati got murdered by his so-called friends because he
Do you mean Loki
got corrupted
or
by
Moon Knight?
talking about in Moon Knight in Moon Knight he has to deal with his multiple personalities and things that happen in his life and stuff like that. It's kind of like a character retrospective thing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And in this Doctor Strange movie, it also was kind of like a character retrospective. He was thinking about, okay, what if I stayed with Christine or what it was more about his character points, like this Doctor Strange that came into this universe and is dead. Oh, he tried to kill you? Wow, that's wild. And then he meets another Doctor Strange that ruined his whole universe. You know what I mean? And he has to battle him. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like it's that I enjoyed that.
My homegirl who I went with to the movie, who's clearly not interested in me.
We were going to ask you about that at the end, but it's fine.
Yeah,
Thank you for introducing.
There was no hand holding nothing. Yeah. But we both agreed on the film, so maybe there's still a basis.
And then she sees this podcast and she's like, dang,
maybe I'll be collecting Funko Pops with her in 3 years. Just like
yeah, maybe you will.
One thing I did enjoy was the fact that we learned that multiverses exist in our dreams, or we can see our multiversal selves.
That was really
in our
cool.
dreams.
That was interesting. Dream walking did not go over well for me, and I know that Mikey Sutton, I don't know if he's watching, he was really hyped about that, but he's also writing a comic called Dreamwalker. So
yeah.
I will say we were watching the film and we both looked at each other how early they revealed Wanda to be the villain of the film.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it'd have been much more compelling to go into, her maybe learning about America Chavez and then wanting to, like, Wanda sending the monsters to get her. I did not like that plot point. I would have liked it if she was like learning about like, who's this America Chavez person? And they could have really tied it into the Spider-Man thing. They kind of put that in passing in a conversation like, oh, I've done the multiverse. I did it with a spider guy. And they could have done that more. They could have introduced that better. And they kind of started it off with, I wasn't crazy about that. And I think there's other ways they could have done that. My big question for the group and for whoever's listening, what about the Avengers? Do we need Avengers? Because he said to Wanda, he said, hey, we need an Avenger. And I think they need to stop saying Avengers. I think they need to stop focusing on having Avengers. I don't think the Avengers as a team is something we need anymore in films.
I think the Avengers now
do you think he was referring to Avengers as the team? Or do you think he was referring to Avengers as people who are heroes?
Maybe. A little bit of everything.
I think he was referring to the team.
Yeah.
Because he kind of said, I'm pretty sure he said he wasn't an Avenger. I think somebody said, well, you're one of the Avengers. And he was like, I'm not an Avenger.
I don't know. But
we did allude to him being a hero at the wedding.
You know what else I really liked about the movie? What I really liked about the movie was I don't know. I'm just a fan of Sam Raimi. I like the little bit of horror elements. The
Bruce Campbell.
The viciousness of Wanda when she was finally murking people. That scene where she seals Black Bolt's mouth and he pops his own brain. The whole theater just went ooh. Like that, you know what I mean? Like,
idiot, by the way, like, what an idiot! Like, this is why the humans is trash. Like, stop! Don't say anything.
You think that was
mouth, dude? Shut up.
You think that was a slick diss to the whole Inhumans thing? You're like, yeah, we're gonna work him like this.
No,
I think it was just a cool way to kill him.
And I don't know. I have my own suspicions about that.
I enjoyed the Sam Raimi, directing in the MCU. Give me more of that. It was like,
yeah, I like the battle with the strangers with the music. That was artsy.
That was dope.
Interesting.
Danny Elfman did his thing.
Yeah.
He incorporated that. He incorporated the X-Men song when Professor X pulled up. I thought that was dope.
Right. Yeah.
I thought it was. I really enjoyed like him directing the film, but I'm also a fan of Sam Raimi's films, including like Evil Dead and Army of Darkness, and cult classics. And it was just like, yo, give me Evil Dead, but make it Doctor Strange.
A little bit. It was a little bit.
And he
did
that.
Some scenes,
even down to the zombie Strange.
Yeah.
Those elements were cool. I'm gonna tell you one thing I didn't like was that damn zombie cape. The zombie cape.
Okay, but let's keep it there. Let's keep it there on the zombie Strange. Do you guys think that Doctor Strange still had a chance? Do you think Doctor Strange could have defeated Wanda normally?
No.
With what he pulled off. Oh, he had help there. Obviously, he had Wong there too. And they captured her for a moment there, and he could have took
maybe with the dark
powers
hole,
or whatever.
You're right. Maybe with the dark hole.
I mean, the dark hole was all around the building. Yeah. I think he could have, or he could have gone there, but he really decided, or maybe he just had hope that America Chavez had it in her to defeat her on her own. You know. That it was more like strong, like you know what, you're gonna kick her ass. You know what I mean?
He knew that they think all the strangers the Doctor Strange has a certain arrogance, and when he found out, he said like all the Doctor Strangers are the same. When he heard that, I think he was like, no, we're not all the same.
Right.
I'm a different Doctor Strange.
I think at that point right there, he was like, no, and he could have took her powers and he could have defeated her himself.
Yeah.
He decided, you know what? We're gonna try this, and if we lose, then oh well, fuck this universe, right?
I'm gonna say this: it's not beating someone like Doctor Strange beating Wanda is not based on power right now. It's based on motive. Because if she's out to kill to be with her children, that's gonna be her motive. So she's gonna go out and she's gonna kill and go after anyone that gets in her way. Someone like Doctor Strange in our 616 universe his motive is not to kill. He's trying to just stop her and keep her alive, like we saw in there. They're not there to kill him. So
I think it was part that
I don't think ever especially in our universe is Stephen Strange gonna kill someone.
I think it was part
because that's not the motive that he wants to save.
It was part him, empowering America Chavez and also talking down Wanda at the same time. Because he's trying to save. He's trying to talk down Wanda this whole time too.
Yeah, I also don't think he wanted to go too dark. I think he saw his dark side. Yeah, and didn't want to go there.
Right, I agree.
You know what's funny, and this is an interesting writing method to have an overlap here. We have Doctor Strange not happy with his life because he's not marrying the love of his life. Yeah. He's not Sorcerer Supreme, and then we have Wanda, whose whole life got torn.
That's true.
No vision, no kids.
Right.
Like living alone. We have two people here who have similar feelings. But one's doing it for good, and the other one's like, I don't give a hell. Who's in my way? I'm getting what I want. So I liked that story aspect of it.
Here's a question though. Are we gonna get White Vision? Like where is he popping up?
I don't know.
Is it gonna be another WandaVision? It's not gonna be another
show, probably.
Where is WandaVision? Where is he popping up?
Probably in Secret
Unless
Secret
he
Invasion.
Got captured again. Maybe he got
Secret
captured.
Invasion?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. That's a good question. When the White Vision gonna pop up? I mean, this would have been an interesting opportunity. I actually would have been. Right. I mean, this movie would have been an interesting opportunity for that to happen, for him to pop up on this one, like towards the end. You know what I mean? And maybe he talks her down along with the kid, her seeing the reaction to the kids looking at her like a monster.
Yeah.
What would have been a better cameo is for a different version of Wanda to appear instead of Charlize Theron's character, for a different version of Wanda to appear and be like, Doctor Strange, we need your help. And she shows up with White Vision and Wiccan and Speed. I would have been hyped. At the end, she was like, we need your help.
Interesting.
And she showed up with Vision and White Vision and Speed and Wiccan. I would have been hyped for that.
I wonder what got cut. Because, I'm sure they wanted to do much more than what they gave us.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was decent. It was a decent film. I'm not shitting on it, but it just doesn't add up to some of the other. I think Thor's going to be better. Hopefully, Thor will be better.
Fair enough. I think
so. I'm more excited about
Thor's going to be good.
Natalie Portman with triceps. I'm in.
Yeah.
She hasn't been in a bad movie where she has triceps.
That's true.
And Black Swan and this Thor. She's wafy and everything else.
Anybody else? Any other final thoughts on Mom? Anybody? Going once, going twice, going three times. All right.
That's it.
I think that's it for the show today, man. Anybody enjoy? Anybody take advantage of New Comic Book Day? Saturday.
Didn't get a chance to.
Yeah, me neither.
But I definitely been meaning to make a run to.
The good news is for anybody who's listening to this as well, and many of you guys that haven't, you can probably pop into a comic book store right now, your local comic book shop, and probably still grab some free comic books because they order so many, and they don't give them all away. So you could probably still grab some if you take advantage of it this week at least, or at least the beginning of this week. So definitely make your way to your local comic book shop, get some free books. We talked about it last week on the show. We could show you what was going to be out there and stuff like that. Anything else? Any other final thoughts on the Multiverse of Madness before we wrap up?
Not Multiverse of Madness, but I was going to say if you're going to MegaCon, or if you want to go to MegaCon, jump on those tickets now.
Oh, yeah. MegaCon is happening. I'm going to try and get another interview with the spokesperson of MegaCon, so we get him on an interview for the show. And
they have pretty good. I mean, the celebrities are not terrible.
No, it's not. I cannot make it this year, and I'm still catching up on the interviews. I'm almost done with Tampa Bay Comic-Con interviews from last year, and I'm gonna start on the MegaCon ones from last year. Start getting those up on the podcast feed, on the video feed as well. Thank you very much who's watching the show, watching the live show. We do this every Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live on all the Facebook channels and the YouTube channel.
Just a real quick side note.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys are watching Atlanta, but we may need to talk about that in Geek Culture Congress. It's way out there.
Yeah?
Yeah. I watched the first episode and I was like, whoa, like it's out the gate. It's man.
Atlanta is mad science fiction, but it's
all good, man.
But I love it, man. I just Donald Glover's mind, bro. Like the way it works, it's almost equivalent to how Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
Like different vibes, but definitely
that Nope movie is gonna be wild. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that Nope movie.
I think I might see that. I don't like movies like that, but I might watch Nope.
I love Jordan Peele movies, man. I think he's great.
Yeah, he's way out there, man. It's good. And I'm watching now on Netflix. I know it came out last year, but or early this year. Guardians of the Universe, which is
it's animated, right? Or animated?
It's live action.
Oh, okay.
With some,
I thought it was part animated.
Part of it is like they do some highlights. It's interesting. It's very much a mixture of The Boys. There's so many superhero shows now.
Yeah.
I just, I don't know. Oh, we're not getting oversaturated, but yeah.
It's getting there. It's getting close, man. All right, guys. So let everyone know how they can follow you, Michaela.
Mika Fig on Instagram and Adult Avenger Time on YouTube.
Mr. Joey Franchise.
Catch me on the gram, Twitter, Twitch at Joey Franchise and Wild 94.1 Tampa Radio. Monday through Friday, 7 to midnight. Listen on the Wild 94.1 app if you ain't in the Tampa area.
Mr.
Joe, where you gonna be Saturday, Joey?
In the streets.
Yeah. Wild Splash?
Yeah, Wild Splash, baby.
I was trying to feed you the plug. Damn.
Mr. Tarek Lewis, how to follow you, sir?
My name is Tarek on Instagram and YouTube, and you can follow me on my new website. Doctor Strange was mid at .net at Wix on Wix.
On the Wix.com. It's all good. Of course, you can follow me at DJ SpeedyJR, all the socials on the YouTube and the Twitch and everything else. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on the live show. Everyone who's watching us here, have a good one. Have a good rest of your week. What's next, guys? Star Wars, right? Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
End of the month.
Well, that's not till the end of the month.
Yeah, end of the month.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, next week we'll be talking about breaking news and anything else that's happening in nerdom. We'll see you guys next week. Have a good one, everybody.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.